Hi there! Today we're at New York's JFK Airport, Terminal 8. And today we're going to be going to Madrid on American Airlines in business class. Do you want to see what it's like?
Hi there, I just thought I'd better give you some context on the video you're about to see. Unfortunately, there was an incident on the ground at JFK. Now, legal proceedings are still ongoing, so I can't say much about it, unfortunately. However, it did have a big impact on my ability to record content for this flight, so apologies for that. So you're about to see a condensed, very condensed, and hacked about with version of New York to Madrid on American. I hope you understand, and I hope you enjoy it. See you later. Bye.
Hello everyone. I thought I would just do a quick lounge tour. We're in the Greenwich Lounge here in New York, JFK Terminal 8. And this thing is much bigger than I first thought. So we've started at one end and we're going to do a full tour all the way to the other end. Now this is the quieter section, and this is quiet because the signage is terrible. People don't know it's here. But there is a full bar here. Quite narrow, I would say. Bit of seating, not necessarily the most comfortable looking seating, but you know, there is a bit of seating kicking about. Okay, as we go through, that is the entrance lobby. Now there's actually two entrances to this lounge. Well, one lobby, but two entrances. And they don't tend to point you in through those doors there, but nonetheless, they are available if you want them. Bit of business centre here, bit of business centre action. Quiet as usual. Carrying on round, we come to the TV section. And the kids' room is behind it. A bit more seating over here. And then we come to the smaller of the eating areas. This is called what is it called? Oh, it's called the bridge. So a bit of food here. Coffee, water, sandwiches, etc., etc. A second full bar, which we've made a little bit of use of, as you would expect, just to try it out, just for testing purposes. Talking about tasting, the tasting room, which is basically a pub, except the only difference with this pub is that the bar only serves beer, which is fine by me, but I get that it doesn't necessarily mean much to everyone. So there you are. You can have beer or beer or beer. Nice view though. Big old Iberia there. Right, now this is where things get a bit more interesting, because this has been the sort of quieter half of the lounge. We go through here, we come into the madness that is the main lounge. So, lots of seating over there. Back that way was the entrance way. And then over here you got food. Beer fridge. Cheeses, soft meats. Charcuterie. What have we got here? Roasted prime rib. Roasted chicken. Dogs get everywhere, don't they, in these lounges? Right. So, as you can see, it's pretty busy in here, whereas in the bit that we started, much quieter. Okay, moving on through. More seating over there. That's just general seating. We've got the sort of champagne and wine bar here. Lots of champagne to have a go at there. And more seating and more pods. Can you see how busy it is? Extraordinary, really. Phone room. Bit more seating. Restrooms and showers down there. Now, unusually, I did have a shower. I'm not necessarily a big fan of showers in lounges, but the nature of this trip means we're doing a lot of mileage, a lot of flights, so therefore every now and then it's nice to freshen up. So I did that, and sure enough the showers were quite nice actually. Another coffee bit there, which I've never seen before, so I just thought I'd take a look at that. And the quiet room's so quiet, there's no one in it. And there we go, and that's the corridor to the main entrance. And here we are back again. So yeah, there you go, whistle stop tour of the American Greenwich Lounge. This lounge is also used by British Airways here in New York, JFK Terminal 8. So yeah, there we are. Hope you enjoyed that. At least it's light so you can see some of the action outside. Still not moved that Iberia. Come on, get a move on. Right, see you later. Okay then, time for a little seat tour on this American Airlines Boeing 787. Let's have a little look around, shall we? First things first, light. This is very familiar, this seat, for anyone who's been on a British Airways Club Suite, as the fundamentals are very much the same. Over here we have the main cubby hole with a remote control inside, headphone jack, AC power and USB-A. So that's one of the storage areas, the main one I suppose. We have another one here which is quite shallow. Maybe keep your phone or your glasses in there maybe. Moving around, we have the rather awful windows, great size but controlled by that little device down there. But can be controlled centrally by the cabin crew, which is very, very irritating indeed. Okay then, moving on around, we've got the video screen, actually a good size for this one, showing the weather for Madrid. Brr, a bit cold actually. And under there you've got the foot coffin. Yeah, you can't really see that, can you? Good size actually on here, and there's a little bit of storage there just off to the left. Again, you can't really see that. Pan out a bit, and what you can find is the table, which comes out like that, and then it comes down a bit more, and then you can fold it over like that, which is quite a neat little process. And you put it away like that. Now, moving around again, no door on this particular iteration of the seat, but what we do have is an armrest that goes up and down, and within it there's a very deep storage area, which is pretty handy actually. And yeah, that's about it, to be honest. 3-point safety belt with a shoulder strap, as we're not pointing straight forward. What are you blathering on about, eh? As you can tell, I've re-recorded this. One thing I've forgotten about, as usual, if you've seen these before, is that there's another screen there to control the seat functions. Pretty straightforward to use. And then finally, look up, and yep, 2 air nozzles just for me, together with the lights. Yeah, I think I can get pretty comfortable here. See you later. Okay then, time we had a little look at this here Amenity Kit, I think. First things first, this is quite a smart little bag actually. I rather like it. Little leatherette red strap to hold it. In terms of the contents then, what do we have? We have the eye mask, the American Airlines eye mask. Not especially good. I've got a BA1 that I'll be using for tonight's night flight. We've got dental kit, which is pretty handy. Got a big tube of toothpaste in there and a recycled toothbrush. Hopefully not recycled, but you know what I mean. What have we got here? We've got lip balm. We've got hand and body lotion. Got a bit of information about the products that are within the bag. And finally, we've got earplugs. That's it. Nothing else. Now, the more astute of you may have noticed that actually there's no socks, and that's because on transatlantic flights, American provide these things, which are in actually a lovely bag, lovely soft bag, but they actually provide slippers, branded American Airlines slippers. Give them a go. I mean, they won't last long, but they'll do for tonight, that's for sure. And that's your amenity kit. See you later. Starter has arrived. Not sure what it is. I've left the menu down the bottom and my foot's coughing, and I'm a bit trapped now by all the food that's arrived. But it looks okay. Salad. Feta. Got some nuts. Glass of red. They did offer bread. Cheeky beer. Looks okay. I'll give it a go. Main course has arrived. Rib with mac and cheese and a bit of asparagus and a sauce. It's not good. It doesn't really have a lot of taste. A bit disappointing. Well, a lot disappointing. Now we're talking. Ice cream sundae with hot fudge and butterscotch. Yes, please. Here we are then, just coming into land. Just going through 5,000 feet. And yeah, only just recently woken up. Managed to get some good sleep in there. I got about 3.5 hours, I think. Pretty comfortable, all in all. Yeah, interesting flight this one, because it was not without its difficulties at the start. Mrs. had a pretty unpleasant experience with the ground crew in JFK, which rather put a dampener on it. And she then also had issues with her in-flight entertainment. I will say that mine was absolutely fine, worked no problem, but hers was very patchy, which was unfortunate because that was the second flight running that happened. So she was pretty upset about that. The crew, well, given the difficulties that we had, they were very responsive. Nothing was too much trouble. I'm pretty sure that's not standard service, given that we had the in-flight lead basically looking after us from minute one. So from that point of view, it was great. Unfortunately, given the start, it was a bit of a problem. But there we go. Never mind. Yeah. What is it? 5 minutes now left to run. We're down at 3,500 feet. So yeah, we'll be getting on the ground shortly here into Madrid. And generally speaking, what do we think? It was okay. 787, as you may be aware, not my favourite aeroplane. Still don't like the windows. But that said, pressurisation was pretty good, and I did manage to get quite a good quality sleep. So I can start my day here in Madrid and attack the day. It's nearly 8 o'clock, so we'll be cracking on and seeing what Madrid has to offer. But anyway, there we go. Nice to see you. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.